Going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Bkny Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I am your host as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it. You guys see the title, you see the graphics. Day'Ron Sharpe actually has some. What's the actual title here? Okay, he has an interesting mindset headed into free agency. This actually comes from the Net Wire. I guess they interviewed him, and as we know, that Day'Ron Sharpe will become a free agent this year. And should the Brooklyn Nets actually bring him back? We've seen a limited sample size of him. Some good things, at times, but more like a C player, right? I mean, we had that one good game. I forgot, it was like 20-something points, 16 rebounds. But, again, we just don't see that, on a somewhat consistent basis from him, man. I need to see, like, let's say out of every 10 games, for his role, like 4 games, like 3 or 4 games. All right, so let's get into the actual article here. And it says over here, I'm gonna get really to the meat of this whole thing. I don't really look at this, I don't look at it as the starting and the bench type of thing. I just look at the minutes. I already know. So if I have to play 18, I have to play 18. I have to play 14, I have to play 14 if I have to play 30. So right there, that's actually a good mindset, because he doesn't really think that he's actually better than what he really is, man. He doesn't really have an ego. So, he doesn't mind playing, or he basically accepts his role. So that's a good thing right there, man. Okay, so where is it? Okay. Sharpe heads into this offseason as one of the more intriguing centers on the market that could be had on a value contract, but it seems like he's not too concerned with seeing more playing time as one of his requirements. He says, "I'm just ready for whatever I can get. I'm always just look as there are some people every day wants to be in my position." Sharpe continued. Some guys don't even get to play. I used to be in a position where I didn't play at all, so I'll just take whatever minutes I get. I'm just grateful. So Sharpe really understands, and he has the self-awareness that he has a lot of work to do on his game, man. A lot of work, man, especially being able to actually space the floor out, because he's not a true 7-footer. He's undersized. So he's not the most athletic guy. He's not the most explosive athlete out there. So like him being able to space the floor out, would definitely be a real good thing, man. If he can do that consistently, and then you can, you really can actually give him, at least 20 to 25 minutes a night. But I mean, that's something he has to work on in the off season, which he should have been doing, right? Especially if you're not getting the minutes, you should be working on your game. You get some people to rebound for you, and 3 or 4 guys to rebound for you, working on your threes. So well, let me finish this. Get right. Okay. All right, so one could say Sharpe had his best season at the best time as he's headed into his free agency, but he will be a restricted free agent, meaning that the Nets have a better chance of retaining him. While some of Sharpe's teammates have spoken at length about what they are expecting heading into free agency, Sharpe didn't have much to say about being a free agent, other than he would like to come back to Brooklyn. Yeah, I mean, so he can, work on like... like him setting screens, right? I want to see more of that. I wouldn't say he had his best season. I mean, best season would be him. I mean, what's his season average, man? I think he averages like 8 points a game, increasing his like blocks per game, increasing his points per game. We know he's a really, really good rebounder, but if you're really going to win, you need more skilled bigs, man. You need a real, like a guy who could pass, a player that can actually shoot the basketball, put the ball on the floor, put pressure on the rim. And the most important thing, especially like in today's NBA, is to be able to actually switch on to guards, right? And at least contain them to like at least 2-3 dribbles. So that's one of the main things that Sharpe has to work on, and that's possible. We've seen Brook Lopez. I was watching a Bucks game, and that was one of the weaknesses of him, and he actually worked on it, man. He was moving laterally. I guess I forgot who they were playing, and he blocked the shot. I was like, oh, Brook Lopez, okay. And I think he's like 35 something years old, 36 years old, with back injury. So we haven't really seen a large sample size of Sharpe. We had that one a couple of games. I haven't really been truly impressed or anything like that. So we'll see what the offseason actually holds for Sharpe. I mean, from the looks of it, we got to look at the draft and see, if they are. No, actually, there are better bigs, right? That's actually coming out in the draft. I think one that we were looking at earlier was Danny Wolf. I think he's a true 7-footer, and he can, handle the basketball and pass the ball. But we'll see. I mean, we'll definitely have to see how those guys can, hold up against the physicality of the NBA, man. These guys, like Jaren Jackson Jr., all these guys are really, really mobile. They're not like the early '90s big men like the Xavier McDaniels and guys who are slow like the Oakleys. These guys are there's 6'11", 7-footers, who are 240, 250 pounds and they move like guards, man. So I will wrap this up over here, man. Drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also share the video. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.